The slow burn of becoming yourself. For as long as I can remember, I've carried a quiet questions inside me. Who am I, really? It was never loud, just a soft hum beneath everything I did. As a child, I asked it in wonder. As a teenager, I asked it in frustration. And now, as an adult, I ask it in silence, still searching, still unsure. I admired people who wore their identities like a second skin, their playlists curated, their drinks orders memorized, their wardrobes unmistakably theirs. I, on the other hand, was a college of borrowed things, trying on versions of myself like outfits in a fitting room, hoping one might actually fit. I read that people with a strong sense of identity will be better equipped to face life with confidence and certainty. Maybe that's why life has always felt like an unwinnable game to me. I keep pressing start, hoping the next round will bring clarity, but someday I just want to log out. Looking back, I think I understand why I felt so lost. I wanted to be like everybody else. I wanted to listen to whatever music my friends listened to. I wanted to wear whatever the pretty girls were wearing. I wanted to do cool things that can impress people. My questions weren't, what do I truly enjoy, but rather, what would they want me to say? There's something bone deep exhausting about constantly shape-shifting for the sake of belonging. You become fluent in other people's preference, like an actor who learned every script but forgotten her own voice. You get good at the performance, but the performance never ends. We mold ourselves for others because deep down we crave love. We want to be chosen, seen, adored. It's a deeply human instinct. But somewhere along the way, in the act of asking for love from the world, we begin carving off pieces of who we are. We offer up fragments of ourselves, hoping someone will actually say, "This is enough." And then one day you realize you've become a mosaic of other people's expectations, but none of it feels right. Identity is just the sum of the choices we make. We live in a world of infinite paths and endless possibilities. We can be anything, but choosing one thing means grieving the thousand we didn't. When everything is possible, nothing feels certain. I've always wondered if I was on the right path, if some alternate versions of me, the one who chose differently, might be living a better life. Choice, in theory, is freedom, but in practice, it can feel like a quiet paralysis, like standing in the middle of a makeup store, choosing a lipstick out of 150 options, all promising and slightly wrong. The world keeps spinning forward while you're stuck swatching the same 3 shades on your hand, wondering if you'll just ever pick one and go home. But maybe the point isn't to choose the perfect life. Maybe the magic lies in choosing a life, your life, and walking it fully. Because when you do, even the smallest step begins to feel sacred. Not because it was the best possible choice, but because it was yours. I'll be lying if I say that I have all the answers now, and I will not pretend that it's not excruciating. There are days when this ambiguity cuts me apart until I have nothing but the weight of my own breath and the haunting echo of figure it out. But maybe there is a subtle grace in this uncertainty. Maybe not knowing is a liberation that allows us to rebuild without obligation, to become without inherited expectations. The self is never truly lost. It just waits to be rewritten. There's comfort in discomfort. For every piece of you that was shed trying to fit into someone else's shape, you've been gifted space. Vast, open rooms within yourself where beauty can take root. This time, you get to decide which adjectives describe you. We spend so much of our lives chasing a polished version of ourselves, as if one day we'll wake up with a name that fits perfectly, a purpose that clicks into place, a life that finally makes sense. But the self is never meant to be a finished sculpture. It's more like a river, shifting, expanding, carving new paths in quiet persistence. The harder you search for who you are, the more elusive it becomes, like trying to catch smoke with your hands. But what if the answer isn't found in the asking? What if it begins when you stop looking outward and start writing inward, sentence by sentence, choice by choice, becoming not what the world expects, but who you truly are when no one's watching? The self is not a destination. It's a lifelong draft, a slow burn, a soft becoming. And maybe that's the most beautiful part. There's no final version of you, just 1,000 honest chapters waiting to be lived.